One Go。Hello， 台湾的各位，那我现在在 Mozilla Gumi 的会场哈，那这边为您访问到 Asa， 那他是 Mozilla.com 的人哈，那我们来请他介绍一下自己啊。Hi Asa, not everyone in Taiwan read your blog because it's in English, so please introduce yourself for us.
My name is Asa Dotzler. I've been with Mozilla since 1998. The first 2 years I was a volunteer on the project. And in 2000 I got hired to be part of the small group of people called staff at Mozilla.org. This was a group of about 8 or 10 people who were helping to coordinate the Mozilla project across the globe. And I've had several roles since I got hired. The first role was quality assurance and testing. I helped build our QA community, the people who were testing our nightly builds and filing bug reports. And after that, I got involved with project management and a group called Drivers at Mozilla. These are the people who put together the requirements for each of our releases. What features should be in Mozilla 1.0? What bugs need to be fixed in Mozilla 1.0? Since then, I got involved with Ben and Blake and Joe and Dave in starting the Firefox project. And I did testing and project management for Firefox starting in the middle of 2002. After the Mozilla Foundation was started, I was hired there to coordinate various communities, focusing on testing and project management. But it soon became important for us to have a marketing strategy. And so along with Bart DeCrem and Blake Ross, I helped to start Spread Firefox, which was a website and a set of tools to help encourage people to spread the word about our new Firefox browser. Since then, I've taken on a somewhat broader role. I call it spokesmodel and storyteller. And so I'm a spokesperson for Mozilla. I talk to the press, I talk to students, I talk to groups all over the world about how to get involved with Mozilla and why Mozilla matters. So that's my focus now, is sort of describing the project to people who aren't technically savvy, who aren't already in Silicon Valley or in the computer industry, trying to reach a broader audience to explain to them why Firefox matters, why it matters what Mozilla is doing, and why the internet needs an advocate like Mozilla.
You just told us that you tell the story about Mozilla. So I'm very interested about your topic today. Can you tell me that what are you going to tell today?
Yes, today is a slightly different talk for me. It's not about how to get involved. It's more about why it's important. And what I think is most important about the internet right now is that it's a critical tool for all of us. Everyone depends on the internet.
That's right.
Now, there are big companies out there that have all of the commercial stuff covered. If you want to do business on the internet, if you want to make money on the internet, if you want to advertise, if you want to have products, there are companies out there who are very focused on the commercial aspects of the internet. But the internet should be about more than just commerce, right?
Right.
The cultural aspects of the internet, the educational aspects of the internet, the civic aspects of the internet. The internet's our meeting place. And so we need an advocate for that part of the internet. Someone or a group of people who will protect the cultural and civic and educational components of the internet to be a balancing force against the commercial interests, so that we have some balance, so that you have someone looking out for your interests on the web, not just the interests of the big companies. So that's what I'll be talking about today.
Wow, look, sounds interesting. And I have the third question, and that's our final question. Will you, Mozilla.com, have any plan in late 2009?
So there's a couple of things coming up. One is we're about to ship Firefox 3.5 very soon now. And so as always, we have to start work on the next version.
Sure.
Even before we ship the current version, most people have already moved to work on the next version. In the next version, we're focused on a few things. We're focused on services on the internet. So you see our explorations with a project called Weave. We're also focused, Weave will let you sync a bunch of your data between different computers. And so it's a cloud service. We're also working on how to make add-ons easier. And we've got a new experimental project called Jetpack. And Jetpack is to make it so that anyone who knows web development, if you know HTML and CSS and JavaScript, you should be able to build a Firefox extension. Right now, a lot of Firefox extensions, you have to know a whole bunch about programming to do it. So Jetpack will lower the barrier to entry, make it easier for people to get involved with developing extensions. And then, of course, we're always working on making it faster, making it safer, and making it more secure. So these are the big initiatives that I see for the Firefox browser later this year. As we get into the next year, you'll start to see us doing more and more high-profile work on mobile. And you can see today the early prototypes of Firefox for mobile devices called Fennec. And Fennec is still a work in progress. It's still an alpha and beta quality. And it will be through the rest of this year. But I think next year you'll start to see more and more people involved in our communities with the development of mobile stuff. But I'm real excited about the next year or two because we've just now gotten enough scale, enough users, enough people participating in Mozilla that we can really have an impact on the future of the internet. It takes some size to be able to move things and shape the future of the internet. And until very recently, the only companies that had that size were Microsoft and Apple and Google. And we now have a community of contributors, a product with 300 million users today. 300 million users. Who could have imagined that just 5 years ago? And so now we need to figure out how can we use this to make a better internet? How do we steer the path for the future of the internet that is accessible to more people, that makes opportunities stay alive for the cultural and the educational and the civic opportunities, and that really is an internet for users as much as an internet for those big companies trying to make money. And I think we have a great opportunity to do this, and I'm calling on everyone out there who's involved with Mozilla or who's been thinking about getting involved with Mozilla to grab a hold of the reins of the horse today, start helping us steer the future of the internet, because it's people like you all who have made this happen, who took us from a tiny little project to 300 million users across the globe. And I couldn't be more excited about the future.
Yeah, me too. So thanks, Asa, for your time, and say goodbye to Taiwan.
Bye, Mozilla Taiwan. You guys are great.
Thank you.